Joe Burrow has ridden a hot streak of just good play and good health, and now there's some cracks in the armor. Thinking about the under myself. Baltimore, you better get over 10 with all of that hubbub and contracts and 5 first-round wide receivers. Greetings and salutations and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast AFC North Preview. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and with me, joining me in and out of this segment and this show is the Captain for Life, Will Cotton. Will, thank you for joining us. I hope you're doing well, sir.
Doing great.
All right, so as we did with the college episodes, hopefully you watched them. If not, please go back to our archives on our YouTube page, Odd Coaches Podcast. We're going to go through each NFL division. Segment 1, we're going to give our thoughts on each team using the over-under and the strength of schedule, strictly for entertainment purposes only. In segment 2, we're going to do major storylines. And in segment 3, we're going to do predicted order of finish and see how far they can go. So let's jump into it. AFC North is supposed to be tough, Will. That's what they tell us. You got the Bengals, 11.5 over-under, as well as the 17th strongest schedule in the league. What are your thoughts on the Bengals?
Give me the under. I think they're going to lose some early games because of Burrow, but I think they're going to kick in it towards the end, but they'll be right under 12, so they get 11 wins.
Okay. Baltimore Ravens, 9.5 over under and 21st strongest or weakest in that situation. Strength of schedule. What do you think?
Over. I think they get to 10. I think they get to the wild card. Not enough to beat the Bengals, but solid season and some close losses.
Okay. Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson, 8.5, the over-under, and they have the 26th strongest schedule out of 32, which means their schedule is weak. What do you think about the Browns?
I take them the over because I think they're going to have the same record as the Ravens, and they're both going to just be in the wild card anyway.
All right. And finally, the Steelers, 8.5. Mike Tomlin has not had a losing record in his career as a Steelers coach, and they have the 25th strongest, or dare I say, pretty weak schedule. What are you thinking about the Steelers?
Give me the under. Kenny Pickett has baby hands, and that'll be showed. So he's not going to be – I don't think he's that guy. So under – it could be 8 wins, but I think it's going to be under 8.5 for sure.
Okay. So for me with the Bengals, I'm thinking Joe Burrow has ridden a hot streak of just good play and good health, and now there's some cracks in the armor. Thinking about the under myself. Baltimore, you better get over 10 with all of that hubbub and contracts and 5 first-round wide receivers. Browns, Deshaun Watson's not a bum.
He's not. He's good.
He's not a bum. So, man, at some point, he's got a whole year with these guys.
And he has 2 healthy years.
He's got running backs. Yeah, the Browns make me worried because I think they're going to be pretty good. And I'm always in the tank for Mike Tomlin. I am in the Tomlin fan club. So that's kind of my thoughts. So fans, segment 2, we're going to talk about major storylines for the AFC North. Be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast.
The reviews are in for Dr. Keith Adams' book, Finding the Balance, My Personal Journey to Academic and Athletic Success. College professor and student-athlete academic expert Dr. Lisa Rubin said, "There is nothing out there like this book, so I do hope people will pay attention and give it a read." Former George Mason standout Fallon Campbell said, "Consider this book an opportunity to work directly with Dr. Adams just like I did. I assure you that there will be something you can take away that will be useful to you throughout your personal journey." Ryan Waite, a recent college graduate who is a software engineer, said, "I like how the book is based on research, which makes it good for general students as well as student athletes." The book serves as both a memoir to Dr. Adams' 30-year academic and athletic career, as well as an instructional guide to assist student athletes, parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators navigate through the challenges of finding a better balance between academic and athletic success. The book includes over 15 personal stories and anecdotes from Dr. Adams, along with numerous former players and colleagues from a variety of sports and endeavors. You can order your copy at www.ckasaveproject.org. From the main page, simply click CKA Save Project Services and order the Find the Balance book. For more information, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast. In segment 2 of our AFC North preview, we're going to talk major storylines. Will, can the Bengals get back to the Super Bowl?
I think they can. I think they didn't they just re-sign Joe Mixon too? Then they
Sure.
Yeah, I guess so. Right.
Sure.
I think they did. That's good, man. At the end of the day, you got Joe Burrow. But it goes through my man Pat Mahomes. So it's easy. But he's done it before. But he knows where he has to go to get to the Super Bowl, and it goes through Pat Mahomes, and he ain't gonna give it up that easy. But maybe he's a little hungrier this year because Pat got his last year. So we'll see. So I'm rooting for the boy Burrow, man. He's nice.
The Bengals are an NBA bubble team that played well in the bubble. And now that we out of the bubble, he ain't gonna go. So
they ain't doing it.
Won't be happening for them. Will, can Lamar Jackson deliver?
I mean, the guy everyone hates on him. He always does everything. So now they gave him everything he needed. They paid him. They got the receivers that he wanted to get. I guess J.K. Dobbin is the guy he wants. I mean, there's other guys they can surprise you. Maybe they get like a little Zeke for like a little, triple monster kind of thing. Or even they may swoop in and be Dalvin Cook. Who never knows? But he delivers, man. But it'd be tough to say if he make it to the Super Bowl because again, it goes through Pat Mahomes. So I don't know if a deliver is a Super Bowl. That's gonna be a tough. I can't say no if it's go through Pat Mahomes.
Lamar is a wonderful person. I am sure he is nice to his mother and his family. Sure, he's a good guy. But I'm looking at the playoff record, Will. And with the better roster, he didn't get the job done. So now you got heat. You still got the Harbaugh guy coaching.
Right.
And they're still going to trot out the kicker on occasion. So, again, good luck, man. There's no hate. You're not a bum, but
though.
You haven't won in the postseason. And that's how we judge. And I don't make the rules. So can't see it.
Yeah.
Will, is Deshaun still elite? Is he still elite?
I mean, he's an elite quarterback. He's a terrible person. But he's not an elite person. He's an elite quarterback for sure, skill set. But the guy, person, I'm gonna say questionable. But I think that all we're talking about on the field. So I think he can still be elite. I think people look at him differently because of the situation that happened the way it went. But the guy can still win. I mean, behind closed doors, people still traded him, had no issues, no qualms with the contract. Nobody's like, hey, well, can we get some money back? Can we kind of restructure? Nobody. They're just giving him the money. Like, look, and nobody's really like pressing him out. Like, so he must be good because ain't nobody giving him that much hell. I mean, he's still a weirdo. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be in the room with him or my wife or anything like that.
All right. I don't want any more lost episodes. So I'm going to say it this way. The Browns have the 26th strongest schedule, which means they have a pretty weak schedule. Mm-hmm. Deshaun Watson is an elite talent who's had another year within their system. And the Browns are a team I'm just peeking at. I have not made my call on which teams I'm going to follow with the season-long bet, but I'm just saying. Yeah, this is going to be interesting because they play nobody. They've got that 5th place schedule in your division. They got that 4th place schedule. It should be interesting. And finally, major storylines. Can Tomlin still win? You got Kenny Pickett's. Your quarterback room is set. Mitch Trubisky's back there. Mason Rudolph. You got you got players. I don't know. Can Tomlin win this year?
They got defense, man. They got skill set guys. They got a running back, couple good receivers, a pretty good tight ends. Fairmouth, or I believe that's his name there, Pat Fairmouth. But I just don't think that quarterback is that good, man. That's what drives the car. Even if you have a Lamborghini, man, if you can't run and if you can't drive stick, it's not going nowhere. So that's kind of what Kenny Pickett is to me. We'll see. He's gonna get some wins. The thing is, he just can't be terrible. I mean, that's the thing. Like Brock Purdy. I mean, Brock Purdy just wasn't terrible. He was good enough. He won some games that he did, and he let the other position skill players won what they could. But I'm gonna say not this time. You can't win every year. I mean, not this year. Pickett sucks.
All right. So fans, when we get back, we're gonna do our predicted order of finish. Talk about the postseason and everything else. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches podcast.
The high school and college academic and athletic landscape is changing. The growing number of college transfers, as well as student athletes being able to profit off the use of their name, image, and likeness, has given student athletes the freedom and power to make life-changing decisions. That is why it is important for student athletes to be properly informed throughout the decision-making process. The difference between success and failure is often measured not by yards, but by inches, and even the most successful coaches and players use outside independent consultants to help improve their decision-making, which improves their results. That is what the CKA Save Project would like to do for student athletes across the country, improve their academic and athletic results. Our academic and athletic consulting services assist student athletes with the college decision-making process. The CKA team of former high school and college coaches can provide student athletes an independent assessment of their academic and athletic skills to assist student athletes in their college decision-making process. Let the CKA team evaluate your academic and athletic ability to assist you in finding the right fit for your academic and athletic career. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free virtual consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches podcast, AFC North preview, and in segment 3, predicted order of finish. So, Will, I've got Cincinnati 1, Baltimore 2, Pittsburgh 3, and Cleveland 4. How do you have the AFC North? What is your predicted order of finish?
I like Cincy. I like Cleveland takes advantage of that easy schedule. Baltimore will tie them, even though their schedules are similar, and Steelers will stink.
Ouch. All right. I got 2 playoff teams coming from the North. I got Cincinnati and Baltimore. What say you? Because some prognosticators are saying all 4 of them are going to make it, and I don't see it.
I got 3. Give me Cincy, Baltimore, and Cleveland, man. That's what's going to be in the playoff.
Right. Do we have a Super Bowl team coming out of the AFC North? I say no. I say no.
I say no as well. I say no.
All right. And what are your final thoughts on the AFC North? What are we going to see? What are you looking forward to from the AFC North?
They're going to beat each other up, man. They got 3 out of 4 really good quarterbacks, so it should always be good. And really bring back the AFC North, that spirit, man. That
black and blue division.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So, have a lot of storylines, but it should be good. So, I'm excited.
Well, for me, I'm looking at the next to nothing on the schedule in terms of Bengals 17th, so they're still in the lower half. The injury to Burrow makes me nervous because it reminded me of Durant's injury because it kind of built up. Cleveland and Pittsburgh have very weak schedules, so those are the 2 teams in the division that I'm looking at for the season-long totals. But they will make it interesting. They will be good mid-carders if we're doing wrestling, but they're not going to hit the upper echelon of the main event, and we are not clearing our schedules to watch AFC North games. So, on behalf of my cavalcade of stars and our captain for life sitting there with us, Will Cotton, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast preview of the AFC North. And we will see you on the sidelines. Till next time, take care.
The Odd Coaches podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach Franchize. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches podcast.